The basement bride Jay was 25, jobless, and proud owner of a very suspiciously cheap house. He had no plan, no savings, just a dream. Escape city noise, order pizza without sharing, and maybe, just maybe, start a YouTube channel called Jay the Lone Wolf. On his first day, he stood outside the old house with a big grin and a small backpack. Paint peeled from the walls, weeds grew like jungle vines, and the mailbox had teeth marks. Probably squirrels. Hopefully squirrels. Jay turned on his phone. Camera. Day 1 in the house I bought for the price of a used microwave. Either I'll renovate it, or become the star of a found-footage horror film. He walked through the front door. It creaked like an old man trying to do yoga. Inside, it smelled like dust and lemon-scented despair. But it had charm. If your idea of charm involved flickering lights and wallpaper from the 1970s. Jay explored each room, filming. Living room, weird but fine. Kitchen, weird and greasy. Bathroom, had a mirror that showed his reflection blinking. After he did, he laughed nervously. Ha. Cool. Haunted mirrors. Love that for me. Then he found it. A door at the end of the hallway. Rusted. Locked. Thick. With a metal bar across it from the outside. Oh, he whispered. Why is the basement locked? Like it's keeping something in. He checked the keys left by the previous owner. One tiny golden one looked like it belonged in a fairy tale, or a cursed temple. Of course, he used it. Click. The lock turned. Cree-ack, the basement door opened slowly, revealing nothing but pitch-black stairs going down. A cold breeze blew out, though there were no windows. Jay held his phone like a weapon. Okay, guys, if I don't come back, please delete my browser history. He stepped down. Dust filled the air. Spiderwebs clung to his face like cotton candy, made of nightmares. The air smelled electric, like lightning and old metal. Then the light flickered on by itself. The basement wasn't normal, not just spooky, wrong. Symbols were carved into the concrete walls, glowing faint blue like neon veins. In the center of the room floated a girl. Yes, floated. About 2 feet off the ground, arms by her side, silver white hair flowing like she was underwater. Her eyes, opened. Glowing violet. Jay gasped. His phone dropped and hit the floor with a crack. The girl slowly lowered to the ground, chains uncoiling from her wrists and ankles, not falling, uncoiling, like they were alive. She took 1 step forward. Jay stepped back. Nope, no, absolutely not. Basement ghosts are where I draw the line. You came, she said softly, her voice echoing in his head like a song he almost remembered. Jay blinked. Excuse me? I was told. When the one who opened the gate arrives, our bond would be complete. Jay laughed nervously. Okay, listen. I think you have the wrong guy. I just bought this house online. No bond, no ceremony. I didn't even sign up for a dating app. She stepped closer, unfazed. Her skin shimmered under the dim light, almost like glass or moonlight. I am Zara of Luralis 7. I have waited 3 Earth years for my bonded one. Jay backed into a shelf of old paint cans. Okay, wow, Luralis what now? Her eyes narrowed gently. You are not from the Central Star Union. Nope. Kansas. Born and raised. Never been to space unless you count the Star Wars. Ride at Disneyland. She tilted her head. But you opened the gate. That means the bond is sealed. What bond? Look, I'm sure you're very nice, beautiful floating alien lady, but I think we got wires crossed. I'm just a dude who wanted to live rent-free with raccoons. Zara smiled. A soft, sad smile. I was hidden here to protect me from the Cathari. My people believed I would be safe until my bonded partner arrived. Jay blinked. The what now? She stepped closer again. And now that you are here, husband, we can begin. Jay's mouth dropped open. Huh? Before he could run, the basement walls shook. A low hum began, like a spaceship engine starting up or a really angry fridge. Zara's face turned serious. They've found us. Who found us? Jay shouted, ducking behind a shelf. Zara raised her hand. Blue energy flickered around her fingers. And for a moment, Jay realized this wasn't a joke. This was real. This house came with a basement, some haunted chains, and apparently, wife from another planet, the alien next door. Jay did not sleep that night. He sat in the kitchen holding a half-eaten Pop-Tart like it was a grenade, staring at the basement door like it might grow legs and chase him. The alien girl, Zira, was still down there, floating, glowing, calling him husband, like it was the most normal thing in the galaxy. Was this a prank? Government experiment? A super advanced cosplayer? His brain screamed, "Run," but his feet didn't move. Suddenly, his phone buzzed. Unknown. Number: "Do not leave the house. They're watching." Jay jumped to his feet. Oh no, nope. Nope. He sprinted to the front door, yanked it open, only to find a blank wall where the door was now solid brick, old, dusty like it had always been there. What in IKEA horror hell is going on? "Do not panic," came a calm voice from behind him. Jay turned around slowly. Zara stood in the hallway. Her silver hair shimmered like moonlight. She wore a long cloak now, deep blue and patterned with stars. "I sensed your distress. The house has entered containment mode. It's not safe outside." Jay pointed at the vanished door. "The house is hiding me? Is it alive? Is it magic? Am I alive?" Zara nodded thoughtfully. "The structure is semi-sentient, modified Earth material with quantum shielding. Useful when Cathari scouts are nearby." "Cath who? What now?" She tilted her head. "The ones who hunt me." Jay slumped onto the floor. "Oh, great. I bought a house with Wi-Fi, hardwood floors, and an intergalactic hit squad." Zira knelt beside him. "I know this is hard, but you must understand. This bond is not random. You were chosen." "I was chosen by a house listing website, not the Jedi Council," she sighed. "You broke the seal. That alone proves you are compatible. And now? They know I'm not alone." Jay stared at her. "Who's they? The Cathari?" Zara nodded. "They destroyed my planet's outer colonies. They fear my bloodline." Jay blinked. "Okay, that's a lot to unpack. But first, are you saying this whole marriage thing is real?" "Yes. Your DNA synced with the lock. That means the bond ritual has begun, whether you like it or not." Jay stood up, hands in his hair. "This is insane. I just wanted a cheap house, not a cosmic wedding." Zara's face softened. "You are not trapped, Jay. You are chosen." Before he could answer, the lights flickered, then went out. Total darkness. Jay's heart pounded. "Please tell me this is just bad wiring." Zara's voice was calm but cold. "They're here." From outside, the low hum of an engine. A truck? No, it sounded too smooth. Like air itself was vibrating. Jay crept to the window and peeked through the blinds. A white van. No logo. No headlights. Just sitting there. Like it had always been there. Then the side door opened. A man stepped out. Tall. Bald. Wearing a postman's uniform that looked too perfect. Like it was printed. Not sewn. He looked right at Jay. Smiled and blinked. His eyes were completely black. Jay dropped the blinds. "Okay, yeah. That's not my Amazon guy." Zara's voice was sharp now. "He is a scout. Shifter model. Low rank. But dangerous." "What do we do?" "We wait. This house can hide us. But if he gets close enough to scan the door..." Jay swallowed. "Then what?" She didn't answer. Instead, she walked to the fireplace and pressed a panel Jay hadn't noticed before. It slid open to reveal a glowing screen covered in alien symbols. With a wave of her hand, it changed to English. "Shield integrity, 83% exterior perception filter, weak intrusion risk, moderate to high." Jay read aloud. "Okay. What's moderate to high, like a jump scare? Or full alien home invasion?" Zira didn't look up. "Depends if he brought drones." Jay backed away slowly. "I vote we hide in the fridge." She turned to him. "You must trust me. If the shield fails, you'll need to activate the bond core. Jay blinked. The what? She opened her palm. A glowing crystal hovered above her hand. It pulsed with a soft heartbeat glow. This will awaken the rest of the house. Weapons, defenses, memories. Memories? Zira hesitated. Yes, yours and mine. Together. Before Jay could respond, something thudded against the front of the house. Then again, like footsteps, heavy ones. Jay whispered, "He's coming." Zira stepped in front of him. "Stay behind me. If anything happens, run to the basement. The gate will protect you." Zira. The wall near the front door rippled, like someone was pushing through it. Then came the voice. Cold, calm, and way too close. Subject located. Engage assimilation. The floor vibrated. Zira raised her hand. Energy built around her like a shield of blue fire. Jay screamed and ran for the stairs, but before he could take a step, the front wall exploded inward, and standing in the dust and debris was the man from the van. But now his skin was melting away, revealing metal underneath, eyes glowing like twin stars. His voice changed, robotic, deep, echoing from nowhere. Bond detected. Primary threat, female host. Secondary threat, human anomaly. Zira launched a blast of energy, but the being deflected it with one hand. Jay shouted, "How is this my life right now?" Zira turned to him, eyes glowing with fire. Jay, the crystal. Now. He caught it just as the being lunged forward. Everything went white. A sound like thunder inside a hurricane tore through the house. Then, silence. Jay blinked. The scout was gone, vaporized. The room was glowing. Walls were humming softly, and Zira was on the floor. Jay ran to her side. "Zira, are you okay?" She looked up at him, weakly smiling. "You activated the core," she whispered. "You really are my bonded one." Jay looked down at the crystal, now pulsing in his hand. "Oh, no," he said. "I think I just said I do." Surveillance and secrets Jay hadn't moved in hours. He sat on the couch, staring at the crystal in his hand like it might explode or grow legs and run away. He hadn't eaten, hadn't blinked much either. Across from him, Zira slept, if you could call it that. She floated inches above the floor, surrounded by soft blue light, her breathing slow and steady. Outside, morning arrived, but not like normal. The sky was off, a strange gray, thick like wet paint. The birds weren't singing. In fact, the world outside was silent. Jay peeked through the window. The van was gone, but in its place stood something else. A mailbox. New. Perfect. Metal so shiny it looked fake. It hadn't been there yesterday. Jay narrowed his eyes. Okay, that's not creepy at all. He closed the curtain slowly, then opened it again. Still there. He grabbed a butter knife from the kitchen, the only weapon he could find. Time to poke the horror movie mailbox. But before he stepped outside, a voice spoke from behind. "Don't." Zira stood in the hallway barefoot, her eyes still glowing faintly. Her voice was firm. "That's not a mailbox." Jay froze. Oh, what a shock. So what is it? A disguised robot assassin? A space trap? A toaster with a grudge? "It's a surveillance node," Zira said. "Cathari tech. Passive mode. It's watching." Jay stepped back from the door. "How long has it been there?" "Since the scout failed. They're trying to find out why." Jay blinked. "Oh, you mean why I turned him into space dust using a floating alien glow rock I didn't know how to use?" Zira nodded. "Yes, that." Jay looked at the crystal in his hand again. This thing, it connected to me, like it knew me. "It did," Zira said softly. "Because you're not just human." Jay choked. "Excuse me, what?" Zira walked past him and opened a hidden panel in the wall. The screen from before lit up again, this time showing DNA sequences, side-by-side comparisons. Zira pointed at the two strands. This is mine and this is yours. Jay squinted. Okay, cool, sciencey lines, what am I looking at? Your DNA has markers not found in Earth's population. Ancient markers. Hidden. Dormant. Jay raised an eyebrow. So you're saying, I'm part alien? Zahra nodded. Likely a descendant of early settlers. Some of my people visited Earth centuries ago. Secretly. Some stayed. Some mixed. Jay stumbled backward. Okay. That's a lot to take in. Does that mean I have powers? Am I going to float? Shoot lasers? Read dog minds? Not exactly, Zahra said. But the bond awakens what's hidden. That's why the house accepted you. That's why the crystal responded. Jay looked around. Wait a second. If I'm connected to this tech, maybe I can use it too? Zahra hesitated. In time. But it's dangerous. You're not trained. The house has layers you haven't unlocked. If you touch the wrong thing, it could kill you. Jay gulped. Cool. No pressure. Suddenly the screen on the wall shifted. New image. A heat map. Jay frowned. What's that? Zahra stared. Her face went pale. That is the neighborhood. Dozens of red blips were moving slowly across the map. Jay whispered, They're
everywhere. Zahra's voice was low. Cathari agents, disguised. Blending in. Jay stepped back. Okay. How did I not notice this? The guy 2 houses down literally gave me banana bread yesterday.
He might not even know he's one of them, Zahra said. Some are sleeper units activated when needed. Jay rubbed his forehead. This just went from sci-fi to full-on spy alien paranoia thriller. Zahra turned away from the screen. We need to go deeper. Jay blinked. What do you mean, dig a hole and live in it? No. The house, she said. It has levels, hidden chambers. My ship is down there. Jay's eyes widened. Wait, you parked your spaceship under the house? Of course, she said. Where else would I keep it? She walked toward the basement. The crystal in Jay's hand lit up automatically. The steps retracted and new stairs unfolded. Spiral, smooth, glowing blue. Zahra looked back. Coming? Jay sighed. Do I have a choice? She smiled. No. They descended into the secret. Level. The air changed, cooler, electric. The walls were silver now, clean, polished, like the inside of a futuristic museum. At the bottom, a door. It opened as they approached. Inside was a chamber the size of a basketball court, and in the center a spaceship, small, sleek, shaped like a teardrop, hovering inches above the ground. Covered in alien writing. It glowed faintly, sleeping but still alive. Jay stared, jaw on the floor. That is the sexiest thing I've ever seen. Don't tell my toaster. Zahra placed a hand on the ship. This is my vessel, my home, my prison. Jay blinked. Prison? She nodded. I was locked in stasis here by my people, for protection, but also because of what I carry. Jay stepped closer. What do you carry? Zahra looked at him, serious. A weapon, one the Cathari fear, one that can end the war. Jay's eyes widened. Wait, you're the weapon? She shook her head. No, you and I together are the weapon. The bond awakened it. That's why they're here, that's why they won't stop. Suddenly, the lights in the chamber blinked red. An alarm. Alien language scrolling rapidly on the walls. Zahra gasped. They've breached the first defense. Ring. Someone's inside the house. Jay backed away. Do we run? No, she said, handing him the crystal again. We fight. Jay swallowed hard. This is the worst honeymoon ever. They turned toward the stairs just as a loud crash echoed from above. Footsteps. Not one. Many. Zahra whispered, Jay, don't let go of the crystal, no matter what. Jay clenched it tightly. It pulsed with light, and for the first time, so did his hands. His veins glowed blue, his eyes burned with energy, and he smiled. Let's give our guests a warm welcome. They came for her. The footsteps were getting closer. Upstairs, the house groaned, walls shifting, lights blinking like they were afraid. Jay clutched the crystal tighter. His hands were glowing, his veins were glowing. "I look like a human glow stick," he muttered. "I'm about to die looking like a rave." Zara stood beside him, calm and focused. Her cloak shimmered. Her fingers danced through the air and a holographic interface appeared in front of her. "They've breached the front entrance," she said flatly. "Multiple units scanning for us. We have less than 2 minutes." Jay glanced at the spiral staircase behind them. "Can't we just blast off in your ship? Fly away?" Zara shook her head. "The ship's core is locked. It can't fly. Without 2 bonded pilots. And the bond needs one more trigger, your memories." Jay blinked. "Memories? Like childhood flashbacks and bad exes?" She nodded. "Everything. They're buried, Jay. But the Cathari don't just want to destroy me. They want to erase you. You are the final key." Jay looked down at his glowing hands. "Great. So I'm an alien USB drive." Suddenly, a sharp clang echoed through the basement chamber. A hole burst open in the ceiling above. Metal arms snapped through like claws. Small spider-like drones began dropping down, red lights blinking from their heads. "Cover your eyes," Zara shouted. Jay turned away as Zara raised her hands. A blast of blinding blue light erupted from her palms, frying the drones mid-air. Boom. Zap. Crash. Metal hit the floor, sparking. Jay peeked. "Holy, can you teach me that?" "Eventually," she said. "But for now, run." She grabbed his hand and pulled him toward a narrow passage beside the ship, a hidden corridor. The walls opened as they ran, sensing her presence. Behind them, a voice echoed through the speaker system. It was deep, mechanical, cold. Subject Zara 13. "This is the Cathari Sovereign Unit. You are ordered to surrender the bonded one. Extraction will be painless. Refusal will not." Jay turned his head as they ran. Wow, even their death threats sound like customer service announcements. The corridor twisted and turned until they reached a large circular chamber. A vault. Inside, a chair, floating, metallic, surrounded by swirling light. Zara gestured toward it. "Sit. Now." Jay hesitated. "This looks like the kind of thing that erases your brain or gives you psychic abs." Zara's voice softened. "It'll unlock your hidden memories. The final bond. The only way we can fight together." Jay stepped forward slowly and sat. The chair closed around him. Not tight, but secure. Gentle warmth spread across his skin. The crystal hovered out of his hand, spinning in front of him like a little star. And then, his world shattered. Flash. He was a child, staring at the stars. His mother was speaking in a language he didn't understand, whispering lullabies under the night sky. Suddenly, she looked wrong. Her eyes shimmered. Her skin flickered for just a moment. Scales? Metal? Then the image shifted. Flash. A hospital room. He was older. Someone whispered, in his ear, "You're not like them. One day you'll understand." Flash. Another face. Zara. But not here. Not Earth. A memory from another life? Another world? They stood under twin moons, her hand in his. She was crying. "You'll forget me," she had said. "But I'll wait. I'll wait as long as it takes." Jay gasped. The chair opened. He fell forward onto the floor, shaking. Zara knelt beside him. "You saw it, didn't you?" Jay nodded slowly. "This isn't the first time we've met." "No," she said. "Your mind was wiped before you were sent to Earth as a child. It was the only way to protect you." Jay stood wobbling. "So, I'm not just part alien. I'm born from your world?" "You're Loralian," she said softly. "Just like me." We were bonded before. Long ago. We were everything to each other. Jay wiped his eyes. Okay. That's weirdly romantic for an alien war drama. Zara smiled. The bond is complete now. The ship will recognize us both. Before Jay could respond, the wall exploded. This time, it wasn't drones. It was a Cathari enforcer, 8 feet tall, armored head to toe in black and chrome, a single glowing red eye, a long whip-like tail of metal cables. Jay froze. Zara stepped forward. Stay behind me, the enforcer. Raised its arm. A cannon unfolded. Jay shouted, "Nope," and tackled Zara just as the blast fired. Boom! They rolled as the wall behind them melted into liquid metal. Jay scrambled up. Okay, new plan, big ship, let's go. Zara nodded. To the core! They ran back through the corridor to the hangar. The ship was glowing brighter now, alive. The ramp opened as they approached. Inside it was like stepping into a star. Panels hummed. Lights blinked. The ship's voice spoke softly in Loralian. Jay sat in the co-pilot seat. Please tell me it has autopilot. Zara touched the console. No, but it has you. Jay felt the crystal pull toward the ship's control system. He reached out. Click. Energy shot through the cockpit. Outside, the Cathari enforcer ran in. But the ship's shields activated. It slammed into the energy field, screeching. Zara grinned. Hold on. The engines roared. Jay screamed. The floor beneath them vibrated, then lifted. The ship burst upward through the house, through the roof, into the sky. Debris flew in every direction as the ship soared upward, faster and faster. Jay looked out the window. His house was now a smoking crater. Welp, he muttered. So much for my security deposit. Zara didn't smile. We're not safe yet. She tapped the screen. An alert appeared. Incoming. Vessel. Unregistered signal. Code black. Unknown origin. Jay squinted at the screen. Wait. That's not Cathari. Zara narrowed her eyes. No, it's something else. Another ship. Sleek. Silent. Watching them from above. Earth's atmosphere, and then it sent a message, not in alien language. Not in Loralian, but in perfect English. Jay Patel, we've been looking for you. You are not who you think you are. Zara whispered. Who are they? Jay stared at the screen. I don't know, but they know my name. The link awakens the ship was quiet, too quiet. Jay sat in the co-pilot seat, heart pounding like a drum solo. Zara was frozen beside him, staring at the screen. The words glowed in sharp, cold English. Jay Patel, we've been looking for you. You are not who you think you are. Jay rubbed his eyes. Okay. Is this one of those intergalactic prank shows? Surprise, you're adopted by aliens. But the message kept repeating. The unknown vessel hovered a few clicks away. Sleek, silver black, shaped like a spear. No weapons, no engines showing. Just floating. Silent. Watching. Zara's hand hovered above the weapons control. Whoever they are, they knew to override our translation filters. That's advanced. No Loralian tech does that. Jay glanced at her. Translation filter override. Cool. Just what I needed. Another terrifying sentence I don't understand. Zara turned to him slowly. Jay, if they know your real name, they know more. He frowned. More what? My blood type? My favorite pizza toppings? No, she said, voice low. They might know what's locked inside your memory core, what even I couldn't access. Jay's eyes narrowed. You said I was Loralian, that I was from your world. You are, she said. But the rest may go far beyond anything I imagined. The ship beeped again. Permission to board requested. Source, Directive Echelon. Signal class, Ancient.Zara froze. That code? It's not just old. It's forbidden. That directive was lost in the war. Destroyed. Jay leaned back. Cool, cool. Just ancient forbidden codes showing up. No big deal, I miss pizza. Suddenly, without warning, their ship moved on its own. It docked. Magnetic clamps pulled them into the other ship's belly like a fish being swallowed whole. Jay stood up, panic rising. Okay, what happened to free will? Did we just get space napped? Zara stood with him, calm but tense. We're not in danger yet. That code forced a handshake. Our ship had no choice. The cockpit doors opened. Mist hissed inside. The hallway ahead was made of black steel, lit by faint white strips that pulsed like a heartbeat. The air smelled faintly of metal and ozone. Zara pulled her hood over her head. Whatever happens, don't speak first. Let them talk. Jay took a breath. Right. Don't talk. No jokes. Not even if someone looks like a toaster. They stepped into the unknown ship. The walls were silent. Too perfect. No markings, no wires. Just smooth, cold, intelligent design. Then they entered a large chamber, and someone was waiting. He looked human. That was the weird part, mid-30s, black suit, clean-shaven. Calm as if they'd just walked into a bank meeting, not an alien ship. His hands were behind his back. His eyes were wrong. Not glowing. Not alien. Just deep. Like staring into a memory. He smiled. Jay Patel, he said. Welcome home. Jay blinked. Excuse me? Zara stepped forward. Who are you? The man ignored her. Jay, you've started remembering, haven't you? Flashes, pieces, nightmares. Jay hesitated. Yeah, a few memories. Me as a kid, my mom, moons, normal intergalactic trauma. The man nodded. That's the link waking up. It's been dormant a long time, locked. By you. Jay froze. By me? The man stepped closer. Before you came to Earth, you wiped your own mind. On purpose. To hide something. Jay's voice cracked. Hide what? The man didn't answer right away. He turned, waved his hand, and a projection appeared in the air. A galaxy map. One sector blinked red, blinking, pulsing like a wound. This, the man said softly, is what you locked away. Sector 9H, the heart of Loralis Prime. Destroyed. Zara's breath caught. That's impossible. That system was untouched, sacred. Because Jay sealed it, the man said. Buried it from both Cathari and Loralian memory. A full reality seal. Jay took a step back. I did that? How? Why? The man looked at him. You were the weapon. Not just a bonded pilot. You were built to carry a memory bomb, a psychic event that collapses knowledge across dimensions. You used it to erase an entire war zone. Zara stared. You're lying. The man looked at her. Am I? Then ask yourself, why didn't you remember him either? Not truly. She flinched. Jay looked between them. Wait, she didn't know either? Zara shook her head, eyes wide. I thought we were lovers, partners, but my memories have holes. The man's voice dropped to a whisper. Because he wiped you too. Jay stumbled back, shaking his head. No way, I couldn't. I wouldn't. The man raised his hand again. This time the projection showed Jay, standing in the middle of a control room. A massive red energy ball swirling behind him. Zara stood nearby, bleeding, crying, begging him not to activate it. Jay in the memory whispered, They'll use her. They'll break her. I have no choice. Then he touched the panel. White light. Exploded. Back in the present, Jay fell to his knees. I did it. I erased her memory. I erased everything. Zara knelt beside him. Jay, look at me. I believe you did it to protect me. But if you had that power, the Cathari will come for you again. They'll never stop. The man stepped forward. That's why we're offering you a choice. Come with us, unlock the full link. We'll help you control it. Use it. Jay looked up. Use it. For what? To win, the man said. To finish the war. But you must leave her behind. She's a liability. Zara stood. He's not leaving. The man sighed. You still don't get it. You think you love him, but that's just residue. Bond energy, chemistry. Zara raised her hand, energy flickering in her palm. Speak again, and I'll turn you into atoms. The man smiled. You already tried once. Remember how that went? Before Zara could blast him, Jay stood. No, both turned to him. Jay's hands were glowing again, but stronger, brighter. The ship around them reacted, his presence was sinking with it. I remember now, he said quietly. You're not here to help. You're here to control me. The man tilted his head. So what will you do? Jay's eyes glowed like twin suns. I'll do what I was always meant to do. And then, he grabbed Zara's hand. The energy between them exploded. White-hot, searing light. It knocked the man backward. They ran. Alarms blared. They sprinted back to their ship. Jay's power surged through the floor as the hallway twisted, bent. He was controlling it. Back in the cockpit, Jay touched the console. You ready to fly? Partner? Zara grinned. With you? Always. The ship ripped free from the docking clamps. The mystery ship fired, but Jay thought about shields, and they activated. He was linked now. Fully. As they blasted back into deep space, Jay looked out at the stars. No more lies. No more running. I want answers. Zara nodded. Then we go to the memory vaults, the original ones, hidden on the moon. Jay blinked. Wait, there's alien data hidden on our moon? She smiled. Why do you think NASA never went back? Humanity's last choice. The moon was quiet, not because space is silent, sure, vacuum and all that, but this kind of quiet was different. Waiting, watching, breathing. Jay sat in the cockpit as Zara guided the ship into orbit. Earth was behind them, glowing blue and innocent. But he knew better now. Earth wasn't innocent. Not anymore. The mystery ship was gone for now. But the message remained, burned into his mind. You are not who you think you are. Jay sighed. Seriously, at this point I feel like I'm one traumatic flashback away from unlocking God mode. Zara was focused on a glowing console, inputting coordinates. Brace yourself, she said. This part of the moon doesn't exist on Earth's records. Jay leaned forward. What, like Area 52? She smirked. Worse. This is the vault of null memory. It holds what's been erased from every galactic archive. Jay's eyebrows climbed. Cool name, super comforting. The ship approached a crater that shimmered oddly, like it wasn't solid. Zara pressed a symbol on the dashboard, and the ship phased through. Yes, you read that right. They phased through the moon's surface. Beneath, a structure revealed itself, an ancient black spire stretching deep into lunar rock. Alien writing pulsed across its walls like veins. Welcome, said the ship's AI. You have reached the Echo Core. Authorized access, bonded pair, Luralian lineage class Zeta. Jay squinted. Is that a good thing, or are we about to die stylishly? Zara stood. We're about to see what you truly were, Jay. And maybe what you're becoming. Inside the vault doors hissed open and the temperature dropped. Not just physical cold, memory cold. That eerie chill when something knows you before you know it. Jay stepped in and walls lit up around him. Projections, flickers of the past. He saw himself again, only not as he was now. He was older, wiser, standing in front of a crowd of alien leaders arguing, screaming. Zara, past Zara, was beside him, her hands bound. She looked betrayed. Jay flinched. What did I do? Zara touched the wall and the scene paused. You gave them no choice, she said softly. You threatened to collapse their entire archive network unless they let me live. Jay blinked. So I blackmailed the universe? For love? Zara turned to him, eyes unreadable. Or obsession. You weren't stable then. You were burning. Jay's throat tightened. What if I become that again? You won't, she said, because this time we remember together. Suddenly a blast shook the vault. Jay spun around. Please tell me that was just space thunder. Zara checked her wrist display. No, that was a beam cannon. Someone's trying to breach the vault. Jay's heart dropped. Who even knows we're here? The voice that answered wasn't one either of them expected. It came from the vault itself. Accessing emergency override. Jay Patel, your presence violates Galactic Code 9. You are classified, unstable variable, termination recommended. Jay blinked. Wait, the moon is trying to cancel me? Zara backed away as energy surged through the floor. The walls glowed red. A defense protocol had activated. From the shadows emerged guardian constructs, humanoid machines made of shadow and hard light. They were ancient, sentient, and very unhappy. Zara charged her palms. These things don't negotiate, Jay sighed. Of course not, that would be too easy. The fight beneath the moon. The Guardians attacked. Zara launched into a full battle stance, graceful, deadly, like a star dancing. Jay stumbled, ducked, then instinctively raised his hand. Boom. A Guardian exploded. Jay looked down at his hand. I just force-pushed a robot samurai across a moon vault. I think I peaked. More came. The fight was chaotic. Glowing blades, blasts of energy, shouting and roaring. Then the main Guardian stepped forward, 10 feet tall with a crown of plasma. Its voice thundered. You are the Echo's curse. You must be erased. Jay stepped forward, something ancient stirring inside him. No, he said. I am the Echo. And just like that, everything froze. The room responded to his voice. The Guardians stopped mid-strike. Jay's body glowed with white energy, pulsing like a heartbeat syncing with the vault. The main Guardian knelt. Order, acknowledged, Echo reinstated. Zara stared. You just commanded the vault. Jay breathed heavily. Yeah, I'd be cooler with it if I wasn't almost vaporized 5 seconds ago. The vault responded. A panel opened in the center. Inside it, a cube, floating, shimmering like starlight. The final memory file. Jay stepped closer. His reflection in the cube didn't show his face. It showed a star collapsing. Zero whispered, That's it. That's the seed of the weapon you used. A memory so powerful it deletes everything it touches. Jay looked at her. What happens if I touch it now? Zara didn't answer, but he already knew. He reached out, and the cube opened. The vision. This time, the memory wasn't just images. Jay felt everything. Pain, fear, fire. He saw Earth, not as it was now, but as it could become, ruled by Cathari. Human cities turned into data farms, children raised as translators, entire continents converted into living machines. Then he saw himself, older again, being pulled apart by energy. His body couldn't handle the power, but in the final moment, he made a choice. He scattered his own memory, blocked his past, hid Zara, built the house, buried the ship, all to buy himself time, to prepare. Back to reality, Jay opened his eyes, gasping. I remember now. I know what's coming. Zara helped him up. Then what do we do? Jay turned toward the cube. We make a choice. He raised the cube, letting it dissolve into the ship's core. Vault bond complete. Command authority granted. The vault rumbled. A secret panel opened, revealing a message beacon, coded for Earth. Jay turned to Zara. It's time we told Earth the truth. About aliens. About the war. About me. She hesitated. They won't trust you. He smiled. They don't have to. They just have to wake up. Meanwhile, on Earth, back on Earth, inside an underground military bunker, a general slammed, his fist on a table. He just activated a Tier 1 beacon from the moon. That's supposed to be impossible. A woman in a gray suit watched the hologram of Jay. Sir, we have confirmation he's half human, Luralian mix, and the girl? The general growled. The girl's a weapon, and he's the trigger. She nodded slowly. So what do we do? He leaned in. We prepare our own. Behind him, in a chamber filled with blue light, a second clone of Jay floated in stasis, and its eyes were opening. Bonded to the end, Jay had never seen Earth look so small. From this far above, the planet was a glowing marble, beautiful, blue, fragile. But beneath that fragile blue skin, monsters were waking, and one of them had his face. Inside Earth's black site, Omega Vault, the clone opened its eyes. For a moment, it was blank. Breathing, blinking, alive, but empty. Then the techs activated the neural stream, and like a wave crashing into glass, Jay's stolen memories flooded in. Pain, love, Zera, fire, war, and hatred. Directive uploaded, the voice said. You are J Prime. The real one, the other is unstable. Neutralize, retrieve the weapon girl. Restore Earth's control. The clone stood. He smiled. It was Jay's smile, but it didn't reach the eyes. In orbit, aboard Zera's ship, Jay jolted upright from a restless sleep, chest heaving. Zera rushed to him. Nightmare? He nodded. No, worse. A memory. I saw me, but not me. A version of me. Programmed, cold, controlled. He's coming. Zera's expression darkened. The Cathari failed. Now Earth's turning on you. Jay stood, gripping the edge of the console. They think I'm the weapon. They're scared of what I might become. Zera placed her hand on his. They're right to be scared, but not of what you are, of what you're willing to do. Jay looked into her eyes. What if I lose myself again? What if I am the bomb? You're not, she said, because this time you're not alone. Suddenly the ship's alarms blared. Incoming vessel, no ID, warp signature, identical to host. Zera whispered. It's him. Jay stared into the stars. Then let's end this. Earth's upper atmosphere. The final confrontation, Jay stepped onto the ship's external landing pad. No helmet, no suit. Just his glow, his memories, and the bond burning in his chest. Across from him, a shuttle opened and out stepped Jay. But not Jay. Sharper, colder, wearing black armor with Earth's seal. The smile? Weaponized. Nice ship, Clone Jay said. Still smells like alien betrayal? Jay smirked. Still styling your hair like a government experiment? Zera stood behind Original Jay, hands ready. Clone Jay tilted his head. The cause of all this drama. He looked at her. You're beautiful, for a liability. Jay stepped forward. Say that again and I'll erase you the way I erased the Cathari war zone. Clone Jay laughed. That's the problem. You're unstable, emotional. I'm the version Earth can control. Jay clenched his fists. The crystal at his side pulsed with white-hot light. I'm not a version, he said. I'm the one who chose to forget, to save her, to stop you from being born. Clone Jay grinned. Then come stop me. The battle of one soul, two minds. They clashed midair. Glowing punches, energy blasts, two halves of a whole tearing the sky apart. Zera joined the fight, weaving between them with deadly grace, until Clone Jay turned and used Jay's memory against her. Remember when he left you behind on Luralis 7? You begged him not to activate the weapon. He did it anyway. Zera froze, just for a second, but a second was enough. Clone Jay stabbed a pulse dagger into her shoulder. She dropped, falling like a star shot down. Jay screamed. Power erupted. The sky split open. Light flooded the atmosphere. Earth's satellites fried. Military systems crashed. Down on the ground, humanity looked up and remembered. Everyone everywhere. Flashes of alien contact, buried truths, lies, wiped from history, all restored. A kid in Kenya blinked and said, Mom, I remember a blue woman from my dreams. A pilot in Brazil dropped his coffee. I flew near something once. I thought it was a moon, but it was her ship. A world awakened, but Jay wasn't done yet. The memory link. Final phase clone. Jay hovered, stunned. What did you do? I broke the block, Jay said. No more hiding. No more edits. Everyone remembers now. Zara crawled to her feet, blood glowing on her shoulder. You turned your mind into a beacon. Jay nodded. Now they see us. The humans. The aliens. The love, the war, the bond. Clone Jay screamed, lunging, but it was too late. Zara and Jay held hands, their bond activated fully, for the first and final time. The ship lit up like a sun. A pulse spread from them in every direction, not destruction, understanding. The clone stopped mid-attack and blinked. He saw it too, the memories, the love, the pain. He dropped his weapon. I was just the failsafe, he whispered. They never trusted you. They never trusted anyone. Jay stepped closer. You were never my enemy. Just a shadow, a scared world's backup plan. The clone fell to his knees. Then what do I do now? Jay offered him a hand. Help me show them there's another way. Earth votes. The pulse reached every major government, every black site, every corrupted archive. For once, truth became louder than fear. The public rallied behind them. Not just Earth, but distant outposts, refugee aliens in hiding, even Cathari rebels who were tired of the war. The bond between Jay and Zara had become a signal, a symbol. 1 week later, the Galactic Council. For the first time in history, Earth had a seat at the table. Jay and Zara stood together addressing beings from 100 worlds. Jay's voice rang clear. I was made a weapon, but I became something else. A partner, a protector, a bridge. Humanity is ready to connect, not conquer. Zara stepped forward. And if any of you doubt our bond, remember this. He chose me over war, and I chose him over survival. The council voted. Earth was welcomed into the Central Star Union, Jay, and Zara were declared ambassadors of the Bonded Species Accord final scene. The house 1 month later, back where it all began. Jay stood in the ruins of his old house. The crater was overgrown now, wild with grass and glowing flowers that Zara had planted. She walked up beside him, now dressed in Earth clothes, jeans, hoodie, and cosmic earrings. I still can't believe you bought this place for $25,000, she said. Jay smirked. And all I got was a galactic marriage, a memory war, and an evil clone. Zara leaned on him. Worth it? He smiled. Every second. She grinned. Want to buy the moon next? Jay chuckled. Only if it has good Wi-Fi. They kissed. Under the stars and somewhere deep in the cosmos, another bond pulsed into existence.